The Scumbag TikToker who faked Tourettes for clout by SunnyV2. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's go.
Claimed to have suffered from Tourette's syndrome since the age of 6 or 7, a disorder which made her life incredibly difficult over the years, so she claimed. By mid-2021, at the age of 27, she was using her 500,000
To begin with,
followers.
what is Tourette? Is this thing that she's doing? Like, kinda supposedly doing things like I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is these weird movements that she's doing here in the beginning? I suppose it is. I suppose it is. Yeah, they would probably explain along, I don't know.
With TikTok account Ticks and Roses to raise awareness about Tourette's whilst simultaneously promoting her yarn dyeing business.
Hi, this is Emerald with Stardust Fiber Studio. I am one of the owners. I also do awareness.
Yeah, is exactly it, right? I mean, she probably gonna do this all the time. Yeah, I guess it
For
is.
Tourette's on TikTok.
However, it was with videos like the one we're about to show that began to raise suspicions about whether or not this specific TikToker actually had Tourette's syndrome after noticing that her apparent condition felt forced or fake.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about wow. I wanted to talk wow. I wanted to talk a little bit about wow. Never mind.
When these suspicions were eventually confirmed to be true, Ticks and Roses was
How can fake someone so serious like that? How can one oh my god, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? And why is always the same pattern? Why is always the same people that looks like some of kind of people that we already know just by looking at? I mean, it's always them. It's incredible. It's just incredible. Oh my god, this doesn't stop to amaze me. Okay, this doesn't stop to amaze me. Let me read this. Emerald Rose. And to be perfectly honest, this is because of the cruel and vile people who threatened and harassed me for the last month, to the point of getting police involved. The people who threatened my family, my children, my friends. You were the reason that people with disabilities hide out. I guess people with disabilities, right? People with disabilities hide out of fear of your ignorance and cruelty. I'm not stopping my videos because your lies, or because your lies are true. I'm stopping to keep my mental health and my family safe. Conan finds account. Oh God. Oh God, like what? She ended up her account already? I mean, but we already in 1 minute of video? What's going on? I mean, but I wonder what's going on inside of. I mean, I try. I really have no idea. I mean, they think, oh, I mean, I think normal people would just look at this and think, oh, she's doing that because she wants to gain money for people having like people will find her like, oh, a poor person for having a problem like this. I will help her financially or something like that, and she will suddenly gain tons of money. It's just for that. I mean, normal people would think that. I think it goes a bit far. I'm not sure, but I have an idea. I guess that these people just wanna be content creators somehow, but they think that they are not interesting enough, or something like that, or they can make it. They couldn't do it. So I'm sorry, my trophy is not okay yet, guys. So they think what if then I fake that I have X and X sickness, so like something weird like and dangerous like cancer, or I don't know, Alzheimer, or some crazy stuff like this, some serious stuff like this, and they fake it so like they think this is I'm not saying that they do this intentionally and consciously, but like unconsciously they think that they are not capable of doing so, of reaching there. So I think this they think they need something like uh people having like I forgot the word in English for this. Let me check it here. Sometimes I forgot some simple stuff. Feel sorry for the person. I'm sorry, I kinda played the video for a second here. Yeah, so people will feel sorry for her and will contribute financially, and she will also gain visibility by doing so. That she thinks that she wouldn't have in another way if she doesn't have that sickness or that problem. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of some kind of, even though of course it's very serious and wrong what they are doing. That is undeniable and that is true. And they need to take accountability for it. But I think it goes farther than that. I think they don't think highly of themselves. They don't have it's not just about pride, but they don't have confidence in themselves. They don't think that they can reach it without having any disease or something to make people feel sorry for them, so they can engage. You know, I'm sorry if I took too much time to all this look around this 360 degrees circle just to explain something like this. But yeah, this is what I think that's really going on inside these people's minds. But I don't think they go as far as knowing that this is the reason that they are doing so. They unconsciously think like this, and this motivates them to just so. Something like
permanent
that.
deletion of her account. This video will detail exactly how the internet came to discover that she was faking it, all beginning with a subreddit dedicated to the truth and an old Facebook live stream. We mentioned earlier that alongside her Ticks and Roses TikTok page, Emerald also ran a yarn dyeing business called Stardust Fiber Studio, which had its own Facebook page. On this Facebook page, Emerald would often host promotional live streams dating back to 2020, before her Tourette's TikTok had become popular in early to mid 2021. The bizarre part about one of these old live streams was that, despite apparently having Tourette's since the age of 6 to 7, during the entire 1 minute 54-second video, Emerald didn't tick, not even once.
We are wrapping up with planting all of
Oh.
the little seedlings now.
Oh no.
He's finishing up with the broccoli right now, or cauliflower.
In the videos that were displayed on the Ticks and Roses TikTok page, she's often seen ticking once every 1 to 3 seconds, sometimes even more than that. Therefore, a full 1 minute 54
So what is it like Tourette? This Tourette thing sickness. It is fixed. Like if a person ticks every 3 seconds, she will ever ticks every 3 seconds, or this is randomly, or some people can have it's like what, once a minute or once each 10 minutes. Can you guys explain me a bit more in the comments if you guys know, please? I always learn a lot reading the comments, and I'm sorry I'm not have been able to answer everyone. It's just too much, and I'm losing like sometimes goes up to 4 hours to answer everyone's comments, so it's just becoming impossible for me. I'm really sorry for that, but I try I best as I can at least to read them. Wanna let you guys aware of that. And I've been quite a lot busy in the last few days, so I didn't even read and answer it like 99% of the comments. Just wanna let you guys know I will try to answer most of these comments of my supporters and members and etc. As far as these Tourettes, I don't know, because I don't know what PTSD means. This acronym. I don't know what means each letter of it. But this T has to do with Tourette. Is it similar to Tourette syndrome? Is an abbreviation? I mean PTSD. T for Tourette, S for syndrome, and D for what? I don't know. Maybe it's not the same. I don't know. I just remember that people who has PTSD just usually have some stuff like that. So I don't know if it is the same thing. I'm sorry if I'm saying weird things here. Let me know in the comments, please. Let's keep watching.
Second old undeleted livestream in which she didn't tick once was certainly some interesting early evidence against the authenticity of her disorder. When the discussion of the Facebook livestream began to show up regularly in her TikTok comments, Emerald actually had a pretty reasonable defense, and would even respond to a specific TikTok that had brought it up. You should check out her YouTube, Stardust Fiber Studio, and take note of how she doesn't have a tick in any of the videos. Maybe you'll think twice. To which she would respond, hey, so this is a comment I saw a lot and I wanted to clear up a few things, before explaining that the ticks didn't happen all the time and that it was possible for her to make short videos without any involuntary outbursts. The excuse was reasonable and accepted by many, well, momentarily. Shortly thereafter, Reddit would uncover another full
Me, at least me, in this situation, I would think that this is strange by itself alone when she said it. I would doubt even more. I would have even more doubts than before. But it's just me that I'm talking about.
54-minute live stream, again without a single tick, rendering her previous excuse slightly less believable. There were other pieces of similar evidence. For example, she'll post a TikTok titled Nursery Rhymes with Tourette's, in which she couldn't get past the first line of reading without ticking, yet Reddit would find an example of her reciting a written poem for 2.5 minutes in an old clip without a single sign of even the slightest tick. The pattern was incredibly simple to follow. On her TikTok, the ticks were uncontrollable, yet in any other situation, they were non-existent. With evidence suggesting that her condition had been fabricated, Emerald felt the pressure to prove that her Tourette's was in fact real, at which point she would apparently go and see a specialist to get a proper diagnosis, uploading a video of her consultation to TikTok.
So I know you've all probably seen the chaos happening on my channel, so I wanted to show a little bit of my last outpatient consultation.
While Emerald likely assumed that this would silence the haters, so to speak, it really only did the opposite.
Oh my god, this is so cringe that she's doing this consciously doing this stuff. This is so cringe. And also evil in some way. I don't know. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Many were suspicious of the letter owing to a multitude of mistakes and oddities within the writing. For example, PTSD had been written twice in the list of past medical history. Why was it necessary to include that she was a very pleasant 27-year-old left-handed lady in the
What? What does that mean? Fibromyalgia? Oh, I heard that this sick sucks, fibromyalgia, but it's something that happens with elderly, right? But yeah, usually the old people that have it is always complaining how bad it is, and even took medicine. It's really painful and horrible to have. Petite mal seizures. I have no idea about it. Huntington's disease testing 39 repeat. What is Huntington's? What is it? What? Huntington's disease? I have no idea what is it whatsoever. Vasovagal syndrome? PTSD, OCD with PTSD there. Oh, I'm not seeing a Tourette inside this list, so PTSD is the same as Tourette. I think T is for Tourette, S for syndrome. Oh, SD for syndrome. I guess, right? Oh no. Tourette syndrome disorder. What P stands for? Partial? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, Tourette syndrome disorder. PTSD is Tourette. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't do it. I really didn't do it. Maybe just because I don't pass a lot of my time searching for, I don't know, sickness. Yeah, because I don't want to think about that. I want to forget that he exists. I think those who search for it gonna find out. So I prefer to not search for it. Yeah, because I want to live long. I don't want to have any problems. So I prefer to not search about it. Um, let's see. History of present. Oh, let's keep reading. Depression. Oh, this is all for her. Now I. Oh no! Now the coin fall. And like this list is all that she has. But why is there PTSD twice? Depression, anemia, ADHD. Oh, at least this one I have. I'm not happy with that, not even a little. And my level of ADHD is very high. Autism spectrum, migraines. Oh, of course she has to be autistic, right? History of present illness.
History
Oh
of
my God.
present illness. OCD with anxiety disorder is just flat out wrong. OCD is an anxiety disorder, and an anxiety disorder is not a diagnosis. It is a family of diagnoses. You would have to say generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, or unspecified or something. This is not how anyone would code or write this. The letter was certainly suspicious. However, to Emerald's credit, doctors definitely have a reputation for being somewhat careless when it comes to writing. Perhaps the doctor was in a rush and put down PTSD twice without realizing. Maybe Emerald
Yeah,
lacked wisdom when it came to life choices, yet I don't think she'd be dumb enough to print a fake
That
letter
is
without
true.
reading over it at least once.
I have no idea what was written there. The doctor handwritten. I have no idea what's written there. I really find strange that the pharmaceutics can understand that.
Mentioning left-handedness actually makes sense if you're a doctor who's aware that there are many genuine genetic and neurological differences between right and left-handers. Perhaps Emerald simply went to somewhat of a careless doctor and pretended to have tics throughout the short consultation, providing her with a legitimate diagnosis for a fake condition. Alternatively, perhaps she had simply written the letter herself in Microsoft Word or Photoshop, highlighted by one comment.
Also, I want to add to the thing that I said earlier in the beginning of the video, that these people are not only faking illnesses and collecting them, but it's like if it is like they are obsessed with having many sickness and collecting them. I don't know. It's like they need to feel special. Yeah, it fits the entire image I have of them that I've been seeing here in my videos all the time. They are so desperate, so in need for attention, for some care of people around them that they fake to be now I understand. This is one of the reasons too. Of course, this is so unconscious. They probably never would think that consciously because they would realize how cringe it is. So, of course, it happens unconsciously, but aren't they just all like that usually? I mean, oh my God, this is so abhorrent. Jesus Christ, and kind of evil too, because when you do stuff like this, you're acting out of respect for people that have actual disease and did not deserve or wish to have not that problem, but they have and have to deal with it. Like me, that have a very annoying strong ADHD and had to read the same text many times to maybe remember something of that in the day after. Okay, this is really annoying.
On the diagnosis letter video. Hey, no hate, just curious. I went to Virginia Mason in Seattle a few weeks ago and my paperwork had a different logo on it. Did you go to a different one? An interesting thing that no one on Reddit seemed to pick up on is that the genuine Virginia Mason logo has a small TM placed after the name, yet the letter Emerald shows in the photo has no TM. And if you go onto Google Maps, search up Virginia Mason logo, filter to photos with a transparent background, and look at the first image, you'll see a logo identical to the one within the TikTok without the little TM as is shown in almost every other official version.
God, this is escalated because this isn't like falsification. She shouldn't be arrested for this, or am I wrong? I don't understand your laws there in US, but isn't this a crime? Isn't this a crime? I think it is. I think it is. You're falsification. You're falsificating. You're faking an entire document of, and I don't know, a hospital, a clinic. I don't know. This is really something serious. This is really something serious. And then what? And if she doesn't rip for this, and then what? What she's gonna falsify next, huh? Do you guys ever thought about it? And then they never stop. Oh my god, this is getting worse and worse.
With many assuming that the letter had been faked, she would then be trolled by people making their own forgeries of the document, such as this one, which read, patient, ticks and roses, doctor, fictitious, date of birth, who cares, chief complaint, fraud, all of which completed in the exact same style as the original letter. After being completely and utterly backed into a corner, Ticks and Roses would disable comments on the video before deleting it days later. At the same time, she'd also delete everything from her Instagram page, with one Reddit post stating, TAR has deleted all posts on their Instagram. Maybe, which was then confirmed by a comment reading, can confirm it, I don't see anything on their profile. However, many wanted further punishment against Ticks and Roses. Specifically, they wanted the TikTok account deleted. Take down Ticks and Roses merch and platform, read one change.org petition with over 2,000 signatures. This disease is not a joke, and she clearly finds it funny to fake it to gain clicks, followers, and even money. She's been selling merchandise for her own personal gain and fortune. As far as I and many others know, she's been faking Tourette's and many other illnesses, with proof me and others have found. Like I said in the first part, this illness isn't a joke. It's not quirky, it's not a game. It's a terrible disease with no cure, and she's been doing disgusting things to profit off it. Many went even further by commenting on how Ticks and Roses had impacted their life personally. I'm signing this because my husband suffers from Tourette's. Every day, his body does things that he does not want to do. It's embarrassing and it wears him out. This person is not doing this for awareness. They're doing this simply because their business has been profiting from the merchandise they make about their Tourette's, which she does not have. I'm asking any and all others to please sign this petition. Having tics is not a trend. Tics are not something to try and gain attention from. This person is disgusting. By this point, Ticks and Roses wasn't exactly popular or well respected by those who once followed her content. It felt like it was only going to be so long until Reddit users found a strong enough piece of evidence to put a stop to the antics altogether, or so they thought. Instead, they would find an old video which actually added credibility to Emerald, derailing the project in the short term.
My name is Emerald, and I have Huntington's disease. It affects all aspects of a person's life. It causes movement disorders, such as involuntary jerking, impaired gait and balance, and difficulty with speech and swallowing.
In yet another old Facebook livestream, before her TikTok had blown up, at a time when she had less motive to lie, Ticks and Roses somewhat sincerely shared information about her experience with Huntington's disease, stating that one of the symptoms was involuntary jerking.
So yes, I have Huntington's disease. But Huntington's disease doesn't have me.
In addition to the video, Reddit users found an old Huntington's disease fundraiser from October 2014 hosted by Emerald, which stated Huntington's disease is something that affects my entire family. My grandfather was diagnosed and shortly after my mother as well. I'm doing this walk for my grandfather, for my mother, and for those in my family that have the potential for having this disease as well. While many on Reddit remained skeptical in comments as blatant as, I don't believe she has Huntington's disease, the video in combination with the 2014 fundraiser gave her a pretty good case proving that she did in fact have the disease. However, people quickly discovered something else associated with this diagnosis that was extraordinarily fishy. In order to be diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome, you must have symptoms that are not the result of another medical condition such as Huntington's disease. Even if she does have tics, which is major doubt here, no doctor should be diagnosing her with Tourette's. Instead, any good doctor should be telling them that their tics, again major doubt, are a byproduct of their Huntington's. This basically meant that if she did truly have Huntington's...
so it's like, if I understood correct, it's like she can't have the second if she has this one. Like, if she has Huntington's, she can't have Tourette. It's something like that? Oh, I see. But I still don't know what Huntington's disease. If you guys could answer me in the comments, I would appreciate that. I don't want to have to pause the video here, the video recording, just to search about it. it would be weird. And this way I interact with you guys more. I'd like to read your comments.
The case for her having Tourette's was now even weaker. However, there was still no rock-solid evidence proving that she was, in fact, a cold, hard liar. But people hadn't given up hope. And there was still one place from which the truth could be found: her family themselves. In the fundraiser from 2014, Emerald mentioned that Huntington's disease is something that affects my entire family, also mentioning that she had a 14-year-old sister. Well, this specific sister would discover the Reddit thread after it had gained international attention, after which she would shatter the wall of lies that Emerald had been hiding behind as her TikTok grew larger and larger. On the 31st of May 2021, a user by the name of Jade4101 would make a post to the subreddit titled "Introducing Myself and the Truth," which contained the following message. Hi everyone, I recently found out about everything going on. I wanted to clear up some misconceptions and share my part. I am Emerald's sister and we grew up together. Although we were raised non-denominational Christian, my mother, who is an amazing woman, and I have always been supportive of Emerald and miss them dearly. We have always accepted them. They cut communication with us. We have tried to reach out, but they no longer wish to have contact with us, and we haven't talked in years. I'm just commenting in hopes of clearing up misinformation. Also, my grandpa does have Huntington's. It's late onset, which means it doesn't show up till late in life. My grandpa is currently suffering from the side effects and is not doing well. It's very sad. My mother has it too.
So it's something generic. It passed from family member to family member. It's something like that. Oh my god, that's terrible.
But he's not yet showing symptoms, thankfully, and I have not been tested. Lastly, I do not believe Emerald has Tourette's syndrome and never showed any symptoms as a child. They are mentally ill though. I love my sister, I always will, and I wish them the best, but I don't agree with what they have done. It's incredibly disrespectful to fake a mental illness for any reason. I'm extending my sincerest apology to everyone their actions have hurt, although I know it's not my apology to give. I do wish for Emerald's safety. All I ask is respect and privacy for my parents and grandparents. And if you don't believe me, I'm happy to answer any questions you all may have, as long as they're not disrespectful. The post received over 400 responses from those desperate to get an insight into the unique psyche of an individual who fake a disorder for TikTok. Do you know why Emerald might have fabricated all this? Did they have a tendency to want attention regardless of it being good or bad? Honestly, I'm unsure why Emerald would fabricate this. I was kind of in shock when I first heard about everything. But yes, they do have a history of fabricating stories or stretching the truth, so to speak. Do you know why they cut communication with you? I'm not exactly sure. I've tried reaching out to them to talk about it, but they never reply. One day we were no longer friends on Facebook and they stopped talking to me. I think they thought me and my mum were unsupportive of them, but we really did support them and love them to the fullest. If I did do something wrong to hurt them, I only wish we could have a conversation about it. My own experience with this behavior is that you know the truth, therefore you're dangerous to their delusion. However, it would be when Emerald herself commented on the post that everyone knew the game was well and truly over. My diagnosis that I have gotten in adulthood you cannot speak on, as we had no contact, and do not blame my partners. You say that this has been hard for you, and that was never my intent. I started awareness because I never wanted anyone to be ashamed.
She clearly keeps shaping reality at her will. Oh my god, she's in denial. She wants to keep being this special being, living with so many diseases that everyone around her needs to be sorry for her conditions. Oh my god, this is so disgusting.
This visceral hatred has been hard for me. It caused my children's school to be called because someone said lies and they tried to take my children. They're afraid to go to school now. It's caused my car to be trashed. It's caused me to be spit on in public because I wanted to help people. The money I received, I donated. I volunteered with the Tourette's Association of America. I did public outreach. I was interviewed for a person's thesis. I was interviewed for a podcast, but asked them not to air it out of concern for them. The messages I got from people saying their child wasn't afraid to go to school anymore because of me changed their life. Or a woman saying her husband finally saw a neurologist and getting help. I met friends who had the same experiences as me, who made me feel seen. Now I've closed down everything Tourette's related. I've given up, you all win, and I'm back where I started, living in shame of being different. Please just leave me alone now. A day later, the Tix and Rose's TikTok account was deleted permanently.
We won't. The liar is out.
She addressed the deletion on her alternate business page in a video which conveniently featured absolutely zero ticks.
Hey, I was not planning to address this anymore because addressing it has not fixed it. I was literally bullied off the internet. So I do not do awareness for Tourette's anymore, regardless of the fact that I do have a clinical diagnosis. So I'm spending my time on my yarn business and on my religious group, and I just want to live my life and
yeah.
Emerald continues to post photos for her yarn dyeing business to her Instagram account Stardust Fiber Studio. However, she hasn't shown her face on camera
Not
since the
even
deletion
a
of Ticks
single
and Roses, showing that perhaps, just maybe, she's learned somewhat of a lesson from this incredibly embarrassing experience.
Now, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons and YouTube members that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail Fox member, Jans, and my 3-tail Fox members, Heath Rowell and Fenny Sylvy, for the incredible support to my work. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to any of you that support me through Tron for things to the channel and by promoting videos on Patreon. Sending super thanks, or you that just like watch and share my content. Thank you very much. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. And yeah, it's always these people shaping reality at their will, once again and again and again and again. What to do? What to say? They need to take accountability for their wrongdoings and heck wrongdoing she did here. And what else she does have to offer besides her fake condition? I mean, it's the reason that she grew up to begin with. I mean, unless she wants to start over again under a new name and everything on the internet, it's not like she needs to hide herself, but she just can't keep going anymore like this, and it will be way harder than not being known for anyone, because she's badly known for everyone already, which is even worse. So, yeah, she'll probably just disappear from the internet for good, and, well, it's what she deserves. She's just reaping. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check my links below. Patreon, Discord server. Consider supporting me on Patreon. This helps me a lot. If you can't or don't like Patreon for any reason, consider becoming a YouTube member. That also helps. I see you guys later. Thank you for watching and bye.